So at the start of the previous video, I told you guys that you can go ahead and download the new top speed test track map that I did recently. But it took a little while for it to get through the site, so some of you perhaps missed it, but it is now definitely available for download. I'll put a link in the description below. You can go straight down there and grab that map. Anyway, enjoy today's video. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we're going to be checking out just one car. Today, some of you might remember a video I did a little while back checking out some new and improved cars that were from previous GTA games, mostly GTA 3 cars. Well, they've added a new one, and it was actually the car that I said in that video that I really wanted to check out. And it's this, the Perennial, but it's now a little bit more high def. It's still got that very cartoony styling that we had in the previous GTA games, but now it's sitting here in GTA 5. And when you actually compare it to the other cars that are in GTA, of course, it does look cartoony, it does look wrong, it does look very square and weird, but it also could be some sort of like law-friendly version of some sort of Soviet-era car, in a way. I don't know why it gives me that feeling. It's just that sort of weird simplicity that this car has that sort of gives me that feeling. And actually, I've always been a huge fan of this car. Whenever I had this in GTA 3, I just liked grabbing this car. I wished at the time that I was able to modify the car. I wanted to be able to change the paint colors and change the wheels and stuff like that. And in fact, that was one of the first, if not the first mod I ever made for any game, was actually trying to do a retexture mod for the Perennial for GTA 3. Sadly, I didn't keep the files, otherwise I'd try and show you. But I tried to make the paint a different color, and I tinted the rear lights darker and all this sort of weird stuff. So today, seems that we have this, and we can actually not really do so much as sort of changing body panels and adding extra cool things to the car. We can at least change the paint and change the wheels, and we can change the style of the Perennial just a little bit, just so we can have a little bit of fun with it, which is something I've always wanted to do with this car, and finally I get the chance. So before we do, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both of those links are in the description below. At Figureight for Twitter, at _Figureight for Instagram. Right, so let's just drive around. You know what? Here's flat. Here we'll do. That'll work just nicely. Right there. So here we have the Perennial. So let's just actually just get a little bit deeper, a little bit closer. So the textures are very similar, but we have got some high res stuff going on, some nice clean chrome going on, better quality. We've also got a Dinker badge right there. That seems to be a new thing for this version in GTA 5, I would say, because I don't think we ever had the Dinker badges and the Dinker name previously, did we? I don't think we did. Anyway, so then we had the Perennial badging on the back. We've got this weird little thing there. Got these lights, which are actually sort of semi-3D in a way. Let me just try and zoom in that way. There you go. They're sort of semi-3D. Then on the interior is actually pretty simple. Simple boot. We've got a weird... Oh, it's that thing that's making a noise. Okay. So we've got this. We've actually got like a detailed boot door there. And then we've got these rear seats. And then we've got these front seats. This interior is not an interior from GTA 5 from what I'm aware. Although it has got the Dinker badge on there. But I don't think this interior is actually from any other car. This is just sort of added in. From where? I don't know. Maybe it's actually a homemade interior. Or maybe it's actually from a real-life car mod that they've sort of swapped them around on. So, let's just go to vehicle options. I'm not going to do a super long video with this one because we don't have to. We can just have a quick video of fun. But just to check that we don't actually have anything, it's basically this engine, brakes, transmission, suspension. Oh, okay. Well, it's good because we got V-Stancer anyway. So we can go for some paints. I want to make this sort of all pimped out as if I would have been trying to do this in GTA 3 at the time. So I'm thinking back to like me in 2001, what I would have wanted to have done to a car. I think some sort of pearlescent paint, perhaps. That's very, you know, the style that I think I would have gone for back then. Maybe like a blue and a purple. So I'm just going to pick one of these random blues, and I'm just going to go to pearlescent and try and pick a purple for this one. Or maybe actually let's just go for the pink, because I think that's going to be a little bit brighter. There we go. That's got a little bit of it. But we'll have to change this blue because it's a bit wrong. Interestingly, it actually resets the pearlescent color when you change the primary color. That's a bit annoying. So I'm actually going to have to go for each one of these or try and find the one that I think would work. Actually, maybe this racing blue would work. Do you know what? That's interesting enough. There's a little bit of a color change in there. I'm pretty sure 11-year-old, 10-year-old me, or 11-year-old me would actually enjoy that. That's how old I was when GTA 3 was out and I was playing GTA 3. And then I guess I don't think there is actually going to be anything for the secondary color. Let's just have a look. Nah. For the windows, I would have gone for a window tint back then. Oh, we can go for a full black. That's like... Oh, okay. These windows do not like being tinted from the inside. But we can have limo. In fact, they're all just black. Let's be honest. In fact, to be honest, it's quite dark when it's stock. Nah, do you know what? Let's just go full black. Why not? I mean, we can't drive it on the interior view, but we can drive it like that. That's fine. And we'll go for some turbo stuff, whatever. There's no extras, but let's just go for some wheels and some slam. I'm thinking some lowrider wheels. But actually, do you know what? That's 27-year-old me coming in. I need to go back to 11-year-old me. And I think I'd probably go for something really grim. Like something in this selection right here. And you know what? I think that is the sort of thing that I would have perhaps put on this sort of car back then. I'm just going to go for these thin spoked giant wheels with tiny little tires. And let's just try and do the exact same stance that I would have gone for at that age. And I think that's just going to be those same wheels. In fact, perhaps even bigger than they already are. Maybe something like that. That might be sort of size we want there, about that width. I'd love to go ahead and change that. God damn, they are big. Yeah, by the way, I know you guys are probably not going to like this, but I wanted to do this in the start. I just wanted, this is like for me as an 11-year-old. This is for childhood me right here. And slam it down. We're definitely going to have to tuck those wheels in to get rid of that. But maybe some of you will be into this. Who knows? But there is the completely slammed to the floor perennial with some weird color paint slam wheels. Yeah, it's a shame we can't like make the bumpers black or chrome or something like that. This is the sort of car that I wish we could have a proper remake on, like trying to make this fit in a little bit more to the GTA 5 universe with the GTA 5 level of detail and all that sort of stuff. But this is still so damn cool. Okay, I know that it's silly looking and it doesn't really suit this era and what you guys are probably into. But as I said, 11-year-old me, absolutely loving this thing right now. So, I'm just going to do a quick build. In fact, it's not even worth doing a time lapse on because we're not really doing anything. So, I'll see you in a second with the next build. Okay, I couldn't help it. I went for a slam version yet again. It just looks really cool. Completely slammed to the ground. It's just one of those cars that just works amazingly as a lowrider. But this time I didn't go for the weird giant wheels and the flip paint. I just went for a satin blue. I was going to go for beige, but they weren't really looking that great in this light. So I went for this blue because I'm pretty sure this sort of color blue was actually available on one of them that was in GTA 3. So that sort of works as well. And then I just went for these nice full chrome smoothies with white wall tires and slammed. And I think it looks amazing. Also, I noticed these door handles as well. Just a nice little recessed door handle bit. Quite nice. Nice little detail as well going on there. Very cool. But, of course, I need to do another one. I can't just have two slam cars. I've got to have a lifted one too. So let's go. Let's build the third one. And here is the final build. This actually just reminds me of the Canyonero for some reason.
Canyonero, Canyonero.
But I went for this matte foliage green. I don't know what's actually up with those windows there, but never mind. And I just raised the suspension a little bit, got some bigger wheels, made them off-road wheels, big chunky tires, made them a little bit wider, made them poke out a little bit, and that gives us that. I absolutely love how this thing looks. I don't know why, it's just something about it I just absolutely adore. And there we go. There are our 3 versions. This thing is absolutely amazing. I tell you what I want to do, actually, because this is quite a nice sound. Let's just have a listen. It's quite a nice sound, but I want to make it a little bit more hot roddy, because actually I just want to do a quick test and a quick play around with that map that you can see running through the sky there, which I have mentioned in another video. In fact, the previous video to this one, I think. So, yeah, I just want to have a quick play on that before we finish. Now this thing is badass. So let me just change for some race transmission. Let's go for some upgraded engine, race brakes. Sort the suspension. Oh, forgot that was going to happen. Okay, I'm going to make the suspension stiff. I'm going to change the ride height again in a second, because that's... Oh dear. Okay. And we'll also go for some turbo right there. Okay, let's just go with the suspension. Knock that back up. There we go. That's about right. And also knock that front height down a bit, so we've got a bit of sort of rake going on. Okay. That is absolutely perfect. So actually, there's one last thing I want to do, and then I want you guys to leave a comment to tell me which one of these 3 are your favorites, because I just thought of another thing that 12-year-old me would probably do, and in fact, I completely forgot about it because I so rarely do this to cars in this game. I forgot it exists, but of course, we've got to have the neons, right? In fact, that color's perfect. Why can't we see the neons? Oh, no. Are they even visible? And it's not because it was too low. I think this car just isn't set to have neons added. I guess custom cars don't all have that. I thought it was like tied to the shadow bit or something, but apparently not. That was probably like a really old way of thinking. Yeah, apparently this doesn't have neons, so I guess that wasn't going to be added, but just pretend that there's some neons here, and you guys can tell me in the comment section below which one of these cars are your favorite. But let's now take our off-roading rat rod style perennial to the top speed track. And seeming we don't really get enough of some nice lighting on this channel, because I normally just stick it to midday. Let's just have this on the sunrise as well, just for a bit more fun. And here we go. This is actually still relatively slow, but... Oh, no. We're getting there. What sort of speed are we going to get? Is this reset all of my speed things, or is this just really that slow? If you realise just how slow this is... Okay, hang on. We're going to have to look at this. So, I've actually cranked this multiplier up 4 times. Let's go for 20 on each, because apparently this thing was just that slow originally. That's still really slow. Good God, this thing is so slow. But I mean, okay, actually when you think about it in real life, this is a perennial doing over 200 miles an hour whilst wheel spinning, so I guess in that respect, pretty fast. And we're starting to shake out, but we're doing 260 miles an hour in an off-roader style perennial. I tell you what, the other thing would have been amazing for this is if it actually had the ability to have dirt added. Sadly, it didn't really let me. I can have dirt on the wheels, as you can see, but no dirt on the bodywork, which is a huge shame. But there we go. In fact, we are only just now starting to get over the city. It's taken us that long to get there. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be going any faster at this point, let's be honest. So let's just go to customs, and I just want to crank this up and see what happens in this car, because this car is super slow anyway. In fact, actually, I'm going to get that torque multiplier and just knock it down a few, I think. Okay, let's give this another shot. Oh, okay. It just instantly blew the wheel. Okay, I've got no wheels. Yep, okay, I put so much power into that, the tyres just completely burst straight away. Yeah, that's actually slower than before. It's weird how that works out. And off we go. That's going to be a fun way to end the video. But there we go. That's the perennial. I'll put a link in the description below for you to go ahead and download that. We've definitely spent way too much time playing with this, but it was just one of my favourite cars in GTA 3. I couldn't help it. I had to give it a try. So you can let me know in the comment section below what build you thought was best and what is actually your favourite car from GTA 3. Let me know in the comment section below, but that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.